Gentlemen, and welcome back to Moss Valley. Let's play with me, Strategy Simulation Samurai. So, as you'll probably remember on the last episode, we picked up a few contracts, and basically I've picked up a few more. So we've done field 76, which was just behind us up this track here, so the field just in the background through the tree, as you're looking up the track, the right hand side. We've come down through from field 62, I think we were on last time, or maybe 61. So if you look to the bottom left hand side of the map, we've come from 61 through the brown trail, and we've ended up in the middle bottom of the map, or if you want to be a bit more technical, I suppose, the south of the map. You can see 68 and our little marker pointing towards field 68. What's down here is the fishing spots that I was talking about. So field 68 is this green grass field in front of us just before the wall. There's a nice little fishing spot there with a few benches, and we're going to head up. So basically we kind of travelled the whole breadth of the map just by doing these contracts, other than the northeast part of the map. So we will be heading to field 22, which you can see is sort of probably, northeast. Far right hand side, halfway up on the right hand side, flashing there, that straight strip of field. We're going to head to that one in a moment, but first of all I've picked up another fertilising contract at field 34. So if we look to our left here, which is where we're going to drive through, this is the fishing the kind of fishing entity that I've spoken about. There is a pond or two lying about, so we've just sort of driven past them really. One was to the left that we were looking at, and there was also one to our right. The name of this fishing location in real life is Bradley's Farm Fisheries. So it is a farm as well, and again this map's done a cracking job of creating the little farm so you can sort of identify it as a farm. So Bradley's Farm Fisheries, these buildings here, and down to the pond. But we're heading up the hill to field 34, and we're going to go and do some more fertilising. So it should be a fairly straightforward field to do this one. We've got to be careful of the fertiliser that we've got left. So we need to do field 34, then we need to do field 22, and I'm hoping at that point we'll still be okay. Now, sorry, just whilst I'm talking to you, I don't quite know how to get into this field. There's a gate. I'm hoping we'll still be okay in terms of the amount of fertiliser we've got left, which I think we will, because these should be straight runs. So field 34, in we go. Come around there nice slowly again. Like I say, big wheels not particularly helpful, so something to bear in mind. And we're going to go straight up the middle. Oh, go me. And we're going to go straight up the middle and turn the fertiliser on, and off we go. Unfortunately, with the width of this field, we might have to do 2 runs, which would be pretty frustrating. But if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. Like I said, I'm just being mindful of how much fertiliser we have left. But of course, once we've done field 22, so we're doing 34 now, do 22 in a moment. Once we've done that, we'll be in a position then not to worry about anything too much, because we can always head back to the store if we need to. So 74% complete. We are going to have to go back down, and we've only got 9% fertilizer left. So unfortunately, we might not get field 22 complete, which is a bit frustrating because that means we're going to have to back to the store, which is right up the other side of the map. So we'll have a think about that and see whether we decide to scrap field 22. I'll take you to it and we'll see what we get done anyway. But just a bit conscious that we 12%. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get it done. It's just unfortunate that this field is just slightly wider than I had anticipated. I suppose the thing is, let's hope we get this field complete before we run out of fertilizer, because that would be a pain. There we go, that's 34 done. We may as well just finish that one off on there. And there we go. So we're not going to get field 22 complete. What I'm going to do is go back onto the map, which is the quickest way to store. Let's just have a look at where else. Let's accept that. 22 is there. What else have we got? We've got field 3 and field 30. I think what we'll do is we'll go to store, we'll do field 14, we'll do field 30, and then we'll see where we're at. So let's go to the right and back where we came from. Let's go and shut the gate. To go down here. Not quite familiar with the road layout of this map just yet, but gut instinct told me I was going the wrong way. So there's your fishing lakes to your right and your left. Oh, I appear to have left that gate open. So we're going to head straight back up the road this time. So last time we did where I've just passed on the left hand side, that brown track, that's where I came out from doing field 61. Ooh, it's really not very nice with these wide tyres, I have to say. Not ideal. So again, we're a little bit tight. A little bit tight through here with these wider wheels. So I'd probably advise not to use double width tyres. So cut through Povey Farm carefully. to the vehicle store, I think. Oh no, vehicle store's the other side of the road. I'll just swing around in here. It's one of the selling stations here. There's another selling station there if we're got any stones and debris. Vehicle shop. So here's the bakery. The vehicle shop is just here on the right hand side. Back to Moss Valley Tractors. So we'll just nip out here. I'll refill our fertilizer. I'll keep the doors open, it's lovely. Postcards. He doesn't need a postcard. We're going to go with 3 again, because obviously we can claim some money back. Should we need to, if we've got anything left over. Jump back in. Fill her up. I'd say that's potentially one there. And 3. So, like I say, we're going to go and do field 14, which is up by home. So we can turn out of here right, and we can go straight up. Now, across the way, just whilst we're here, and jump out. This is quite useful. So if you decide that you want to put any productions on here, you can do. Although there's greenery on it, it is actually hard standing. So you won't be able to necessarily come and just have a straight run at a field. Of course, you can if you want to, but it's a nice area to be able to think about productions, putting extra production plants on, making a bit of a industrial estate, if you like. So I think that's quite nice because there's an opportunity there to do a bit of landscaping, add to your own game how you want to, without having to really change the feel of the of the whole map. Now this is the garden centre, so as I said to you, there's something that's called Moss Valley Regeneration Farm, I think it's called. Sorry, Moss Valley Market Garden, that's what it's called. And this is Moss Valley Market Garden. So basically Moss Valley Market Garden itself, I think it's a not-for-profit organisation. They have some land that they obviously farm, and in essence it's about offering opportunity for local residents or people from further afield to actually get involved in the farming process as a volunteer. But then also obviously there's opportunity for sort of cheaper produce as well, rather than having to go to the supermarket and buy organic food and etc. And obviously we all know that if it comes straight from the ground onto your plates, it is far tastier and far better for you. And also with it being local, there's a lot less pressure on the environment and effect on the environment. So enough from me, and let's do field 14. That's field 14 complete. Somewhere over here there is a gate. Okay, right. So not particularly not particularly clever, not exactly realistic, that bit. I'm not going to edit it out because, as I said before, I don't have the time, and I think it was quite funny. But you can see you can pass through, as I've said before on the last episode. If you get stuck, you can pass through all of these bushes should you need to. It does take away the realism, of course, but it does give you that little bit of flexibility and opportunity to kind of work around. We're not going to sell off field 14 because that's where we've hired the equipment from, but it is complete, so we can say thank you very much to that one. We're going to go back and see what else we've got. So we've got field 3 and field 30. Go back onto the map. Field 3 is probably the next one to do. We can do field 3 and then we can shoot back around to field 30, and then we'll see about 22. And as we go to field 3, I will show you where we are. Well, you can see where we are on the map, but I'll show you the entrance to the forest area. So we're going to go down here. We swing our left before the garden centre through a track, which is just here. Head down here. So again, we're going into a new part of the map, and this bit is very, very kind of track led. You can see that the top part of the map, it isn't very well linked. What you can do, if I just stop here, is if you turn right here, you can go all the way around and about, and you can get back to what is Hazelhurst Farm at field 29 and 31. You can go to field 30 to field 26 if you turn right here and then take a left before carrying on, and you can cut through to 25, and then you'll see out the other side of 25 you can then meet up with the middle track. The middle track itself runs through from Povey Farm, which we'll cut through. I'll take you on that track if we come from field 30 and decide to do field 22, so we'll go across that way. But there isn't anything that takes you across the top end of the map. So if you're trying to get to, say, field 5, which is the very northern part, you have to, ideally, the quickest way from home will be, so that's field 14 that's flashing, will be down the track, past the garden centre, past the vehicle shop, turn left onto the main road, follow it down to the middle, through Povey Farm to the left, and through the track that takes you right through the middle of the map, over to field 42, 44, 42, up by 43, right, very, very right hand side, so very western part of the map, up past field 22 that's flashing, and follow that all the way up to field 5. So basically, those ones, and I'm only going to do contracts up there if, one, it's worth it. I mean, there are some bigger fields, like field 10, for example, is massive. If there's some contracts up there, or there's a cluster of them, i.e. like field 5, 6, 7, all want doing it at the same time. Because quite frankly, it's going to take an absolute age to get over there, unless I decide to be unrealistic and cut through the field, which isn't something that I particularly like doing. So that's field 2 to the left. Where's the entrance to field 3? Oh, do we just get over there? Again, like I say, I've never actually been up here. So finding the entrance will be interesting. That looks like a potential entrance, but there is a gate just here. There are gates to most of these, which is great. There are a couple, so like when I did field 76, that obviously I did before you guys jumped onto this Let's Play, some of them are open maps, some of them are open fields, should I say, and you can just drop straight in, but most of them do have a gate, so that's where we'll enter. Now, again, like I said, I'm keeping these nice, short and sweet. Some of them will be a little bit longer than others if there's more to do on a particular day, but I'm going to try and keep them nice, short and sweet so that they're pretty accessible to everybody. So for now, I'm going to stop here. I am going to complete field 3. I will then complete field 30. And once we've done field 30, I'll then jump back onto a Let's Play to show you the way through that I'm going to take from field 30 through to field 22. But just before we finish, I'm going to head down this way because this is the entrance to the forest. And it's all the way down here. But then when we get to the end of this track, you can then see we're in a really, really nice forest area, and it runs all the way across to field 11, and it runs down, so you sort of have to move in here, but then it runs all the way down there, down to field 25, 24, that way. And what might be interesting is if you're interested in landscaping at some point during these Let's Plays, which will be, you know, a decent way in the future, these areas, these forestry areas, especially the straight access from the tracks, might become a little bit more residential. Okay, well that's it from me for this episode of Let's Play on Moss Valley. But thank you very, very much for listening. I hope to see you again soon. Please feel free to stick some comments in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends, tell your family, and hopefully I will see you on the next episode of Let's Play Moss Valley with me, Strategy Simulation Samurai.